Hey everyone, I'm Mike. Thanks for checking out the channel. Today we're going to do a different kind of video where we are going to do my top 5 list. Now this is going to be top 5 list of 3-part songs, trilogy songs. So you would think like The Wall, 1, 2, and 3. 3 songs that tell one story. It could be the same music behind it, different music, but it's 3 songs. Each band had 3 songs, and it pertained to one storyline. And I think there will be some controversy in here with my number 1, because I think the one that I don't have number 1 would be a lot of people's number 1. So what we are going to do is we're going to kick into my intro here. We're going to come back, start the list. I took notes from the bands talking about the songs, because while I love the songs, I don't know a deep dive into what their meaning was behind the song. I just know I love the song personally. So I took some notes here, and I'll give you what the artist said about the song. So let's do my intro, and we will come back with my top 5 list of 3-part trilogy songs. Let's do my intro.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, are you ready?
Jesus Christ.
That's Mike's musical rehab.
All right, so here we go. We are going to come in here, and here's my synopsis of what the first one, and it's not my synopsis, it's what the artist said that they believed the song meant to them. And this first song is actually the same music, but 3 different sets of lyrics. We've got a part 1, part 2, part 3, and that song is Don't Cry by Guns N' Roses. We have the original that was on Use Your Illusions 1, and all these songs are about the heartbreak and the breakup and someone like just moving on from someone and finding that way to say that it's just kind of over. And that came to, and what the artist said about it right here is that Don't Cry the original, this is the most well-known version, the one released as a single and accompanied by the iconic surreal music video. It's a heartfelt, soaring power ballad filled with melodic guitar solos and tender piano lines. Axl Rose's signature emotional vocal delivery, lyrically about letting go with compassion. It's about breaking up with someone and, you know, you're just losing that person and you want them to still be happy, and that's essentially what the song was. And in the alternate lyrics, it kind of does like someone a little more bitter and angry in the second version, which was on Use Your Illusions 2. They're just kind of more like kind of upset about the breakup, and the third one is full on like anger into the breakup. And these lyrics were written by guitar player Izzy Stradlin at the time. He had his own version of the song that he wanted released. So all 3 versions are on Use Your Illusions, and we're going to get a little clip here of the 3 versions. It's just a short little thing, so let's do this.
It's so hard now, and please don't take it so bad.
Part 1.
I'll still be thinking of you.
Here's part 2.
With all the people talking, it's driving you mad. If I was saying you, so many seems so lonely, and I won't let the cries you, baby. And don't you cry tonight.
All right, so there was the 3 parts of that song, and I really love that song because I like all 3 parts because it gives 3 different like perspectives on this breakup. One from wanting and compassionate, the other to being kind of bitter and upset, and the third one just full-blown like anger at the person for the breakup. So we are going to now go to my number 4. And my number 4 right here, let me bring up my synopsis on it, is Metallica, The Unforgiven, 1, 2, and 3. You know, the first one's from the iconic Black Album, the first album, and it tells a story of a person broken by society, and they've just kind of given up on life, and their suppression and conformity, it says in here. It's It's about a person ultimately dying filled with resentment. And I think it's a beautiful song. It's kind of it's really sad. The video is very heartbreaking. In the sequel, which was on Reload, and I know a lot of people don't always love those albums, so I can't like fully say too much about that, but the character seeking redemption and connection. This time the narrative shifts to a more personal relation, someone offering vulnerability but haunted by past pain. And I think that's a really cool kind of message, because they always say in relationships, if you build a house with the bricks from the previous house, you're going to get the same exact house. So, and in the final chapter, this one is a piano ballad, which was on Death Magnetic, which I think is a great album. And it starts with the piano, and it's more like just kind of like a reckoning, self-forgiveness. That's the entire point of the song. It's what it's about. It's about forgiving yourself and being okay with what you did. You're not okay with it, but you realize in order to move on in life, you have to forgive yourself. So let's do a little bit of this song right here, which is Metallica's Unforgiven, all 3 parts, just a little snippet.
His sun shining through, like hot scarring like the steel. But there's no sun shining through. Been afraid, always afraid of the things he's feeling.
All right, and that is my number 4, which was Metallica, The Unforgiven. I really love that trilogy because it's showing the character arc going from this just lost and completely having nothing left in life, no hope, to finding that forgiveness in themselves for letting go of maybe mistakes they had made. So, great trilogy of songs. Metallica, love that band. I know some people rip on, but once they get famous, people get angry about it. So we're going to go to number 3 here. And wow, this is really going to get some people kind of angry, because this is a song about dealing with the absence of a father figure, not having there, being angry about it, and just being suppressed with these feelings. And then in the second part, they're in a rebellious state. They're at a school, which is kind of going to give that away of what this one is going to be. And they don't want to conform to that whole entire system. And the third one is that the person's just embraces the isolation and he's fully just numb to everything. And of course, the number 3 trilogy I'm talking about, which I believe would be number 1 on a lot of people's list, is this one right here.
A snapshot in the family album. Daddy, what else did you leave?
I love that guitar. It's haunting.
We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control. I don't need no drugs to calm me.
This is a part of just giving in and saying, I'm done. So I feel like that one will be more controversial because people are fanatics about The Wall and love The Wall, and I love The Wall. It's just for my own personal preference, there was 2 other songs, trilogies, that I thought were better to my liking. Maybe it was just musical style, something I liked a little better, just kind of was more my kind of thing. This one here, I'm going to bring up the synopsis of it, was on an album, and it was the 3rd part to the album. There was 3 sides to this album, and this was the 3rd side. And this is going to be a song about, like, a song that sings, the first part is called Rise and Shine. It's a song by Extreme called Everything Under the Sun. Part 1 is Rise and Shine, and their quote is that it's a redemption and an awakening, new beginnings kind of feel to it. And then the second part is someone wrestling with self-doubt and personal growth and the struggle to become a better person, and that part is called Am I Ever Gonna Change? And then the last part is the, like, questions apathy and indifference in the world, calling for compassion and awareness. And that song is called Who Cares? And it's a whole 3-part trilogy that I think is just amazingly beautiful. Musically, it's insanely good. It's so good. Nuno Betancourt's parts with the orchestrations is just great. And I'm going to play you a little snippet here of Extreme, 3 parts to every story, 3 sides to every story, the Everything Under the Sun. This is Rise and Shine. All right, so that was my number 2, and I know there's a lot of people that will probably be saying, hey, I think Pink Floyd should be ahead of that. But for me, I always loved that song. Extreme was such a huge influence on me musically. And in my own writing, I just got to see them not that long ago live, and it was incredible. Actually, all of these bands on this list I've seen live, so that's kind of cool, really. I got to see Guns N' Roses back in the day, Metallica. Pink Floyd I got to see in '86. Extreme I just got to see last year for the first time, and this is a band I got to see last year for the first time. And coming in at number 1, I'm going to bring up the synopsis. This is one of the most gut-wrenching songs I've ever heard in my lifetime, because it's dealing with, the first part is called Dancing Like Flames, the song. It's part 1, and the song is called by a band called Lorna. The song is called Pain Remains. The first part is Dancing Like Flames, and it starts in like a dreamlike state. The video is so hauntingly amazing and just so sad. It's about somebody who found love, and they're like, it's just the perfect person for them. Everything was perfect for them, and something bad is happening in that. And it's not that a relationship is fully ending. It's somebody passing away and watching that person, and a person's clinging on to the memories of this person. And they begin to realize that the memories are slipping away of that person as they further go on to pass on to the next chapter in life. And then the second part is just like the reality setting in, that the person's gone and they're beating down on themselves and they can't take it. You know, it's just, there's a void in them and they're missing like this person's so bad, and there's this hopelessness and this crushing weight of absence that they just can't get over. And then the third part is the person just surrenders to the pain, and he wants to get rid of it all. He wants to burn it all down. And in the video, he sets himself, the house on fire with him in it, because he lost his wife, and he's just a broken person, and he would rather be with her in the next life. And I think it's one of the most beautiful trilogies I've ever heard. So my number 1 on this list, and I know it's death metal, so people will be like, oh, it's screaming, you can't understand the vocals. I'm just telling you, listen to the music of this song, read the words as you go, and it is just hauntingly beautiful. And I know it's death metal screaming, kind of symphonic metal, but this song is so beautiful lyrically and musically. It gets me every time. I must have listened to this trilogy probably 200 times, 300 times. so that is my list right there. My top 5 trilogy songs. To be honest with you, I don't know how many trilogy songs are out there. There's a bunch of different genres and different like concept albums and things like that, but this was my list. I really know that a lot of people probably would say Pink Floyd is their number 1, but that Lorna Shore song is so incredibly the video and everything is incredibly moving. If you ever watch the Charismatic Voice, watch her breakdown of this trilogy of songs. It's so beautiful and so heartbreaking, but just incredibly amazing. So that's my list. I know there will be some people, maybe I only get 2 people who see this, but hopefully those 2 people enjoy the list I had, and maybe they can leave below their list that they had. So, as I always say, you know what? If you're climbing up, pull someone up with you, because music in this world makes life better. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.